Just get through the door, Mario. Get through the... Welcome to Mario Pinball Land. The game that looks pretty on the cover, yeah, yippee! But in reality, it's one of the hardest Mario games I've ever probably played in my lifetime. And at first I was thinking, oh man, Mario Pinball. I mean, hell yeah, man. I wonder what high score I'll be getting. But it turns out, it's not that kind of pinball game. When you think of pinball, you're probably thinking of those machines where you pull the rod back, it launches the ball, you hit the ball and try not to get it in between your legs. This game takes those mechanics, but along with getting the high score, you're trying to beat a storyline. And beating said storyline comes some of the most rage-inducing gameplay ever. So in today's video, I'll be going through the ringer of playing this game and sharing my experience of one of the hardest Mario games ever. Now, most levels will look like this. A circle with a couple of obstacles or enemies sitting around. All you have to do to progress is defeat enemies to collect power stars, which is harder than it sounds. You start out in the funfair, which doesn't have much in it but allows you to get familiar with the controls. And once I was ready to actually start the game, I hit the cannon. And you can go to whichever of the 5 stages you want, but I decided to start with this Green Hills looking stage, where I met with 3 Goombas. Killing them wasn't too big of a deal, I got the star. But before we move on, I just want to point out that there's a safety net that covers your drain, this blue pipe. At first glance, I thought they were just, being nice because, kids are probably playing this game and they want to make it a little easier for them. It does disappear after a few seconds, and you're going to see why that pipe is necessary in a little moment. To progress, you go into these doors that require some number of stars. To open them up, you have to physically hit the door with the ball, and you have to hit the ball again to get it through. And with obstacles in the way, it's a fucking nightmare to actually accomplish this seemingly simple task. And I did get through, but here's why you probably want the blue pipe. Did you catch that? In the few seconds I was there, my ball bounced off the button and rolled back to the first level. This shouldn't be a huge deal, right? You're probably like, oh, you can just hit yourself back up there and everything's fine. It is a big deal because if you complete a task on the level or you were close to beating the level, you have to start over. And it's a lot worse on certain levels. In each stage, there's a boss hidden around somewhere in the pinball course, and you have to go find them to 1, get a key, and 2, get the fuck out that stage. This course's boss is hidden in this windmill and is Piranha Plant. She's easy to deal with. All she does is gobble the ball up if you hit it to her mouth. Other than that, she takes 3 hits to beat and you're good. After beating her, I decided to go to the snowy mountains. This is where that thing I was talking about becomes a big deal. So I make it to the 2nd level of this stage, right? In that level, you have to knock the penguins down and you have to hit them. So they take 2 hits to actually kill. It takes a little bit, but I eventually managed to do it. Just watch what happens. And guess what? Guess what? If you fuck up once, you have to do that bullshit all over again. Let me tell you, there's way too many things that'll do it to you too. After the 2nd time I messed up, I decided to just knock this iceberg into that crack in the back. Lo and behold, it makes a hole to an underwater section. This music is jammer. What kind of torture is this? Why do they have to like put the most jolly music to this godforsaken game? Like, it's so good. It's so good. Anyway, when you open every box there, the ship gets knocked over to reveal an entrance that you shoot Mario into. This is the boss for the Snowy Mountains, and it's a puffer fish cheap that rams into you, I guess I would say. To beat it, you hit these bag panels that plop out a ball bomb, which you hit to blow the cheap up. The sigh of relief that I wasn't sent into the abyss and forced to hit the guy another 3 times. And hey, I'm about to reach a million points. That's good, right? Well, now comes my voyage to Pyramid Land, and where I was met with 3 doors and a couple of cactuses. After getting the star at the first level, I decided to go through the middle door. And in it was a puzzle where you push the pyramid up by sending Mario to the sphinxes in the back. There's also a star here where you kill all the vultures by sending Mario flying using the pyramid as a ramp. It's one of the hardest stars that I never managed to get, and I don't think I'll ever get it in my life. But once the pyramid was unveiled, I went in. The pyramid itself has a few layers to it. You push the buttons that have arrows pointing to them to go down each level. If you push the button with no arrows, you unleash a wave of monsters, which you can kill for a star. You have to be really lucky with it though, because you have a set time to kill these monsters, and with pinball it's not going to be easy, buddy. I don't know what they were thinking. I never got those stars. I was just trying to get straight to the boss after however many times I tried to do the monster waves. The boss is on the 3rd level of this pyramid and is woken up at the push of a button. He's easy to beat though. There are these black pillars that when you hit them, it makes Mario into a bigger ball. You have to hit Big Mario into Big Koopa. Simple. Here comes one of my problems though. I went back to the start and I wanted to see what was behind the other doors. The problem was that there's a big cannon now blocking the way, and also these cactus freaks. Here's a frustrating part about that. When you hit the cannon, it goes down and it becomes a vacuum, which sucks you in and sucks all of the momentum you had to get to the doors. So if I wanted to go to that 1-star door, I had to get a really lucky shot. Just watch me struggle to get into the door for like 3 minutes. God, it took way too long just to accomplish just that. It wasn't even a level, it was just trying to get to the door. Anyway, behind the 1-star door are a bunch of cactuses, and behind the 4-star door are spinies. I completed both of them, I killed them all, and got their stars. After getting those stars, I went to Bowser's Castle, where I put the keys into their respective slots. But I was missing one key. It was a Boo key. It turns out that there's a boss that's locked away behind a 10-star door back in Funfair Land. So I went back, stomp him out using a star egg, which is probably the most OP item ever in this game. It makes you big and it makes you invincible. Then I went back to Bowser's Castle and opened the way forward, and I have to get 5 more stars to get to him. No big deal. No big deal. I made my rounds through each stage, getting whatever star I could find without getting pissed off. Just get through the door, Mario. Get through the... I I hate this game. I was able to get my 15th star from this bullet bill minigame in Funfairland. And now, it's Bowser time. Bowser's fight is the hardest fight, and there's no surprise there. Essentially, you send Mario to loop around and hit these cogs that'll pull these thwomps up in the air, which you then need to push the blue button in the back that'll drop the thwomps and stun Bowser for you to get the hit. It's not easy though, because Bowser is walking all over the place and not only blocks or hits Mario back, but he can also stun your flippers. So when your safety pipe disappears, Mario's going to get sent back if you don't prepare for the stun. And he doesn't just get sent back out the door that you came from. He gets sent back to the entrance. Why? Now you have to go through the pain of trying to get Mario through the doors, and let me tell you, this situation happened to me way too much. And I had to start the Bowser fight like 10 times over. There's a workaround though, and that's to bring your flippers up before Bowser stuns. A very simple maneuver. Well, once I hit him 3 times, it goes to a short second phase where Bowser is balled up and you're trying to hit Bowser out of the castle while keeping Mario in. It is a lot harder than I thought it would be, because Bowser's this big ball. The problem is that Mario is small. I learned after a few tries that you could just keep Mario on one of your flippers while you hit Bowser all over the place. And thank God I figured that out. Good riddance. Gosh. And there you have it. One of the most innocent looking games turned out to be one of the hardest Mario games I've ever played. And I really wonder what they were thinking when they made this. Who thought that a story-based pinball game would be a fun experience? There's a reason why the regular pinball machines work. It's just to get the highest score. And if you were wondering what my final score was, it's a disappointing 2 million. Sad to say I didn't get 10 million. But hey, at least I beat the game. That's all I needed to do. So that's all from me today. I hope you enjoyed this rage game, and I'll see you later.